All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another quick hit Thursday afternoon chat with Conversations with Jeff. For our mission, and our mission is to share impactful information through guest speakers and from all over the world, sharing their message, sharing their struggles, sharing how they overcame things, sharing how they grew in the comeback. Because we believe that the gift and the power is all found in the comeback, baby, right? And then you listeners can take those solutions, those empowering solutions, and apply them in your life right now, today, as you hear the message, right? And we do that, and then these little part-time or shorter sessions I do just to kind of give you some perspective. And I think I put in the title of today's message, and it's turning your light switch on, not light switch, but your life switch, right? And then overcoming the struggles and embracing solutions that you can use. Right? I mean, we're all about the solutions. We're all about you taking action. We're all about you stepping into your greatness. Those of you out there who are looking, those of you out there who know you are meant for more, those of you that are willing to do whatever it takes to get to that next level. That's who I'm talking to right now today, right? Oh, man. So you take all that stuff, and because life is about being prepared for the battle of the comeback. You're either in one. I always say it all the time, whether it's in business, relationships, health, community, whatever that might be, or you're starting one or you just finished. That's just how life is, man. So we want to arm you with the tools that you need. Oh, man, the tools that you need to come out on the other side much stronger, much better, and much more prepared as you should be, right? And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jeff Tyson, as it says there, and I'm known as the Comeback King, man. Got that name for people who have seen me from early childhood struggles to athletic struggles to corporate changes, successes, and setbacks, and then a whole reset in my life. And then from there, creating my new life and entrepreneurship and all the opportunities and setbacks and challenges, man, that we all go through in this life. And I'm not the only one. But I believe this to be true, that we know with Conversations with Jeff, that the message that you're sharing with yourself about yourself is one of the key critical things that you can use to help change the direction of your life, to begin to use that life switch the way it's meant to be used, right? Oh, man. So I want to just share a couple of things and ask it, and let me know if these things resonate with you as you hear this, right? The struggles. Well, what struggles are you talking about, Jeff? Well, one of them is pretty common with a lot of people. And let me see here. We got some stuff going on. Make sure you guys are still there. Okay. Hey, so a lot of the struggles that we go through life stuck in a rut, man. How many times, be honest, right? How many times in your life have you gotten home from work, or gotten home from a date, or gotten wherever you've been, or all throughout the day, you stayed at home, and when you sit down and think about it, man, you're like, man, I don't remember half of my day. I don't remember what I felt, I don't remember what I did. I mean, you do, but you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you ever driving in the car, and you get there, and you're like, ooh, how did I get here? I mean, red lights did you run, maybe, or cars that chase off the road? Huh? So the ruts that we create are doing the same whole thing, doing it over and over again. So that light switch that we're talking about, I want to talk to you about being a dimmer switch, not the traditional up and down, on and off switch, but dimmers. We all know what dimmers are, right? You can turn it on, and then you can adjust the lighting when you need it. And when you want to have bright lights, you turn it all the way up. And when you want to have soft, romantic lights, you turn it all the way down. Throw a little music on there, right? And Barry White or something you'll never find. Anyway, you guys get where I'm at, right? So think about that. You know, the rest that you have in your life. Struggling to find purpose. I mean, I'm going to just hit them and move through them. But how many of you here, if you're not you, your friends, man, I just don't know. I want to do something, but I just don't know what my purpose is. I just don't know what I'm meant to do. And you really do know. I'm just going to tell you, you really do know, but you just don't want to own it because of fear of failure that you had before. And then this next point I have is self-doubt. Am I good enough? Will anybody listen to me? Why me? Right? So those are just some of those struggles that we all carry in our lives and that affect how we look at our life and whether we're willing to turn that switch on or off or crank it up a little bit. You know, I like this story about the rut story, right? This cattle rancher, man. I share this story all the time. So if you heard it, just stay with me, right? And he gets up every day and he's got cattle, hundreds of tons of cattle out a mile from his home, and he loads up his trailers, and then they get in the trailer and they tractors, and they go all the way out to the field and take all the hay and comes back, and he does that year after year after year, same thing every year, every day. Right? What do you think he creates? He creates massive ruts, and after a while, he can take a nap because that buggy is going to go down those ruts just like we do. I talked about earlier. It's going to go down those ruts of life, and nothing changes. So today, I just want you to think about what would happen in your life and in his if you start to turn the wheel just an inch a day. Right? You're going a mile out, right? So an inch a day is massive over time, man, right? So you can change all of the things that you're struggling with over time. It doesn't have to happen overnight, but taking little steps, little solutions, action solutions. Because I'm going to tell you something, if you don't put action to the motivation, if you don't put action to the inspiration, if you don't put action to the elevation, nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change, and nothing's going to move. You're going to end up off. The switch is on the wall and it'll be off, and you'll be going through life in a rut. I know I've been there. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's experienced that, right? So we don't want that to continue to happen. So check this out. So I talked to you about some of the problems, some of the struggles, and I have just a few solutions for you to think about. I mean, there's a host of real problems and solutions that we can get into. But for the time that we have today, I'm just going to highlight a few of them. I want you to think about them and then go back and look at your life and then tell me how this resonates with you. Well, the first one I put down, and before I get to that, I want to share this. I love this quote from Eric Thomas. He says, "Remember, when you want to succeed in life as bad as you want to breathe." I remember when he said that. If you want to succeed in life as bad as you want to breathe, baby, then you're going to be successful. Because nothing will stop you from reaching your destiny. Nothing will show up. Nothing will get in your way. You will become unstoppable. Right? Just like gasping for that last breath, man. You'll do whatever it takes. Particularly if you're trying to save a loved one, particularly if you're trying to help somebody else and yourself too, right? Oh, man. So that's the first thing. So and let's talk about the solutions. I put down what I think is one of the things that we neglect a lot, and it's self-reflection. And I listed 3 things. Write these down. One is values. Am I living my values? Am I living in reference to what I say I want to be and I say I want to do? Do I serve like I say I want to serve? Am I a family man like I claim to be? Am I the best business owner or operator that I can be? Are those values at that point in life where your goals are attached to those? That's the other part of that. Attaching your values to these things, right? Are you doing that? And then what are your strengths and aspirations? Reflect on what you're good at. Are you really doing what you're meant to do? The strengths that you find easy to exercise when, even if it's something that scares you, but you know you've done it before. What are you good at? The challenge with that is that, that requires some courage sometimes, right? That requires some courage to expand the business like you want to. That requires some courage to have hard, difficult conversations for those that you care about, that you want to elevate. It requires, oh man. And when we talk about moving the needle, baby, it ain't like this easy, right? It takes some guts and some courage. So oftentimes we grab that dimmer, the light's been moving forward, right? We're doing some great things, we're achieving some things, and we're trying to raise the dimmer switch in our life. And then all of a sudden we start facing these things, or a setback, or some of these other things I've talked about, and that switch starts to turn itself back automatically. Stop letting that happen in your life, right? And then what are you aspiring to? What are your aspirations? So we talked about your values, your strengths. Are you living in your aspirations, chasing your aspirations, or are you hiding out? This self-reflection piece is super critical. I mean, it's necessary, not just one day, but I encourage you to reflect on your day throughout the day. Take a midday peek at how things are going, look at what you've got written down, and then figure out if you're on course or not. And if not, then make some adjustments, some pivots, some movements, right? And then move forward with that. And at the end of the day, take another peek And be kind to yourself. I've had to be kind to myself when I go through this process because there's a lot of times I fall short, right? It's just a process and it's a commitment. And more importantly, it's a discipline. And most importantly, you can be persistent at something, but are you consistent at your persistency? Man, consistency is the key to long-term results. I remember as an athlete training and going through injury, man, I was consistent about rehabilitation if I had injuries. I was consistent about a goal that I had, right? Nothing would stop that from happening. I was persistent. I do it all the time, but man, I didn't miss anything. Nothing disrupted those goals. And you build consistency that way, one little step at a time, right? So anyway, I can talk self-reflection, obviously is a big one, right? And so we go into great detail in that. If you're someone out there looking to figure out, man, how can I do some of the stuff you're talking about, Jeff? Well, my contact information is in there. We can talk a little bit more about that. So then the other one is we already know. I talked a little bit. I mentioned it. We talked about values. Is revisiting your goals, man. Are they on target? Do you have them written down? Or are they kind of just scattered all over the place like mine are from time to time in my life? And when things show up and disrupt the goal you had, are you doing the next right thing? Or are you waffling and just aimlessly wandering like I feel like I've been doing here in the last few weeks, in the last almost month now, in the loss of Stav, our marketing director, and my business associate and baby sister, man. It's been hard. Because life is about showing up, man. And we still need to do the things that we need to do to move forward. So I said it from the beginning. If I didn't, I'll say it again. This is not easy. I am not talking about something easy. I'm talking about doing some work, but it's worth the work, right? So we talked about self-reflection, highlighted the power of the importance of goals, and you know all that stuff. And then the other thing, and I'll kind of leave this for you to think about, is about the mind shift and the positive affirmations. Are you really working towards that? Do you have some little things each day that you can follow that creates a new habit? Right? Because if a new habit's not created through discipline, if a new habit's not created through consistent behavior, if a new habit's not talking to me, being built, then the old habit's going to eventually come back. And that light switch goes high and low, high and low. Some people talk about the thermometer and the thermostat, be the thermostat rather than the thermometer, right? Same kind of concept. Where's your switch at right now? Where's your dimmer switch on? Is it doing its own thing, or do you have your hand on it and it's at full blast, baby? Where is it at? So, there's some other things, but I want to just, for the sake of time, speak on one more thing that I think is really important, and it's about embracing setbacks as learning opportunities, man. So many times people tell me, man, Jeff, I was on my way and COVID happened. COVID happened to a lot of people. COVID wasn't a very friendly thing, right? But the reset that you could use, did you reset and move forward, or did you let COVID overwhelm you? Or is there something else in your life? Past business thing that didn't go right, or your health, your diet, and you trying to, like me, eat better and live better, and you're on and off about that, or you're afraid to start the new business, or you're not sure what path you're going to go in business, or you're not sure about your relationship, and wherever that is. Embrace. I got these calls coming in here, and I think it interrupts the video, but stay with me either way, right? Embrace the setbacks and learning opportunities. Develop resilience. Really develop some resilience about that. No matter what, if something shows up, just and listen to this. Know that that's the only real way you're going to get to the other side, is being able to overcome the battles that you're facing in the comeback, to be able to stay in there long enough to not quit, to be able to finally get to the other side, no matter whatever it takes, because you're not going to. Life is simple, man. It's like, if you want all these great things and you're claiming it and you're praying for it and all that stuff, then you better get ready to battle. That's just how it is, man. Doesn't come easy and last. So if you know that, get excited about the possibilities. Right now, I'm so excited about where my life is going, and I got so much stuff, weight going on, right? About, I told you, emotionally, and then I'm still working through some financial challenges and all other real estate deals, and my health, right? I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you, I am not complaining. I'm grateful to be able to stand here and talk to you, right? And I was looking for something, you know. I'm grateful that, you know, I can put on these stockings and have a healthy day, right? Because I could be a lot worse. Could be somebody else has to put these stockings on for me, or someone else has to do something else for me. I can do everything I need for myself based off of my prostate surgery and all of those things that go along with that. So I have a lot going on, like many of you, but I'm trying to tell you, man, I know, as long as I don't give up, as long as I don't quit, because quitters never win and winners never quit. Most powerful, simple statement. Quitters never win and winners never quit, that you can hear and say to yourself. So if you're in this space and you go, just remember that, man, don't quit and stop feeling sorry for yourself. Talking to me too, because all that does is just slow you down. It turns that dimmer back down. We want to have control of the dimmer and know it's going to be up and down. We want to keep moving it forward just a little by little, like I talked about with that farmer and his tractor, making that 1 inch move each day. How your life will be, man. All right, so let me see. I talked about the struggles. We all are in the rut, self-doubt, and all those other things. Go back and take some notes on there and let me know. Hey, man, I can hear you. I feel the same way about some things. And lastly, I challenge you, like I always do, to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, who the person looking back at you, is that who you want to be right now today? Or is there more in you that you can reach out and pull out? Is there more in you that you know needs to be shared in the world? Is it more in you that's saying, if it's possible, then I can do it? I know it is, right? Or you're looking at the distorted mirror that's still stuck on the past failures, that's still stuck on, rejection, that's still stuck on, am I good enough and am I worthy enough? Listen, I don't want to minimize that because I get it. I'm going through, I already told you, I'm going through that stuff myself. But I remind myself each and every day that, Jeff, live what you talk about. Don't stay stuck too long, right? Grab that dimmer switch of light and turn it up no matter what. That stinking thinking that says you can no longer do that, use that as fuel by being aware of it, disrupting it, like we talk about all the time with our guests and everything else on the show, and be determined to be consistent about changing it and changing it with new things. I always talk about this because self-worth was something, man, I realized fear of success, right? Now I tell myself, and I've been doing this for years, man, I am worthy of success. Nothing will stop me from reaching my destiny. I will not be denied. I am worthy of success. Nothing will stop me from reaching my destiny. I will not be denied, man. And I say that over and over when I was building my installation business, working it by myself over and over again, right? When I was in the real estate business and in the business and still saying that. And when I'm talking to you today, I want you to know that you are worth it. You are worthy. And nothing shall stop you from reaching your destiny. Do not be denied, particularly when you are in control of your own dimmer switch. All right, baby. So remember your dimmer switch. Do yourself a favor. Give yourself some grace. Go back and listen to this thing and then hit me up. Share and subscribe. It's already been running all day. My contact information is in the chat. And remember this. It's possible you out there to know you're meant for more. It's possible you out there that's willing to do whatever it takes. It's possible, no matter how many times you've been set back, for you to grab that dimmer switch, turn it on high, keep it on high, take the knob away, throw it out, and live your best life. All right. We'll see you on the next quick one, Conversations with Jeff, as we move through some changes. Appreciate everybody. Have a great day. Take care now. Bye-bye.